This risk returns principles. This is a pure finance topic, and in finance we see the behavior of risk and returns. There are four main topics: risk and returns. This is generally we say higher the risk, higher the return. So if we invest in high risky investments, right, so we get the higher returns. If we go to a bank or we want to invest in the highly secured products, then we will get the lowest returns. So as a manager, when we make a portfolio, what we do is we take high risk, low risk, and we mix it as a portfolio, right? Because in English we say don't put your eggs in one basket. If a basket will fail, so you will be in trouble, If I buy one stocks, or I will put all my money in real estate, for example, and something happened to the industry, we will be in trouble. So we should diversify risk into different products. Now we'll start with the basic concept. What is rate of return? So suppose if I invest $100,000 and I get $125,000 as a return. So this 25,000 is my return. That is the excess over my actual investment. We can take it as a figure and we can divide it and take it as a percentage, right? So both ways we can take rate of return. Time value of money is a very important concept. Suppose if you have $1 million 20 years before, so you can buy a big piece of land in that price. As of today, in $1 million, maybe 2-bedroom, 3-bedroom apartment hard to find out, right? So money loses the value with the passage of time. Suppose an investment bank comes to us, he says, okay, give $10 million, in 5 years we'll give you $20 million. So it sounds very attractive because you are multiplying your wealth. But I have to see that after 5 years, what is the worth of this $20 million? Maybe I will not be able to buy what I buy now in $5 million or $10 million because of inflation. Things get expensive and money loses its value. So this is a concept called time value of money. There is a chapter that we discuss capital budgeting, where we use time value money concept, future value, present value, discounted cash flows, and IRR, internal rate of returns. This is a graph which shows on this side the year in future, and this is the dollar amount which is growing. So there is inverse relation between both. As this increase, the other element is going to decrease. This is in terms of graph. So money loses its value with the passage of time. As the time will grow, dollar value will go down. Dollar, dirham, or any other currency. This is, be clear, this is not, I am talking about market value. I am talking about intrinsic value, means the value, the currency, the power of the currency itself, with the passage of time. Not the market price. Market price is different, So he says that how to calculate simple interest versus compounding interest. So I will explain you. Simple interest means that suppose we want to invest and bank says 10% return. So this is a simple interest. But if they say compound interest, compound interest means that first year principal amount and the 10%, right? Suppose 100,000 and 10% is $10,000. So next year interest has to be paid on $110. Means you will compound or collect or gather the interest. So this is compound, every year there will be an appreciation in the base price. That will be increase of course, the returns and interest rates. So when we deal in businesses, we have lot of risk associated with a business. In general, the biggest risk is the market risk. Market risk means that external market like central bank, regulatory authorities, economy, inflation, unemployment, that will grow too much and maybe your business become not sustainable, right? Or employment levels or other issues outside the control of you. These are market risk. Opposite, we have internal risk. Internal risk is because our technical department is not strong, finance team is not strong, compliance guys are not strong, so we might have some issues in the future. There are some companies, recently there was a bank, they closed their SME division because it was not in compliance with the regulator. So, and it suffered them a huge loss, right? So, and the negligence was with the compliance department because they don't know the regulation is being implemented and they have to take the preventive measures on that, right? So that is internal failure, or it's an unsystematic risk or an internal risk. Apart from that, we have lot of risk. Currency, if you deal in foreign currency, you have currency gain and loss risk. Your business model is not correct. This is business failure risk. Then employee risk. Employee risk means the employee can be, sometime harmful for the organization. Maybe fraudulent activities can take place. Then diversifiable risk means, as I told you, don't put your eggs in one basket. Split your baskets. Keep your precious things separate. So if you have $1 billion, so make a portfolio. Different industries you have to invest into. That will be a diversifiable risk. Default risk means, this is generally with the banks. When they give money, they give credit. We say this is a credit to them. So they will not return our money back. This is a credit default risk. Liquidity risk means you don't have money to pay your short-term obligation. This is a risk, liquidity risk. Then maturity risk is that, as you know what is maturity? Suppose if I buy a bond for 3 years, 3 years is the maturity period. So 3 years is a big time. In 3 years, companies can close, they can have losses, they can have other issues, right? So that is the risk that we are taking for the maturity. That's why long-term products gives you high profits in general. What is inflation rate? Inflation risk is that things will become expensive. So if your feasibility has been made, say 3% average inflation every year, so if it goes beyond the acceptable level, then cost of goods sold will increase and you will be unable to sustain.